This is the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class Origin Bumblebee, and you can clearly see that once again Hasbro has given me the factory defect. It's missing the plastic, clear plastic case on the box. The box is clearly defective right off the bat. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm so, sorry, I couldn't help it. This is Hasbro's new way of addressing, I don't know, global warming, is it? Or pollution, and they're trying to make their packaging more eco-friendly by constantly removing all forms of non-biodegradable substances. They could have easily removed this and just kept the plastic shield. That I would have been, what is wrong with them? Keep the shield, remove this and replace this with a cardboard hook. Was that too difficult? Because they're, you know, I'm pretty sure, given the way things are in the stores, how people pilfer things, how easy is it to get some clippers and just steal that figure without that? I mean, really, Hasbro, what were you thinking? I guess this is one step away from just having the opaque box, and I don't know. But I'm not a big fan of this. I do appreciate Hasbro's effort to protect the environment, but I think this is not the way. There are biodegradable plastics available right now. Like I've seen a lot of biodegradable plastic bags out in the market, and there is a way to come up with starch-based biodegradable plastic. I think they should just invest in that, and because this is not good news. Anyway, I picked up this figure from Hobby Corner. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is Origin Bumblebee out of packaging, and the figure actually looks pretty good. I'm getting that vibe that this is Bumblebee as a teenager, because he's gangly, he's very lanky, thin, not as chunky as he was on the first few episodes of G1. But you remember him in one of the very first episode, I think first episode of the Generation 1 86 cartoon, 84 cartoons. He looks exactly the same as he looked like on Earth in robot mode, but then he did transform into a Cybertronian vehicle in alt mode. So this is what this figure is representing. So Origin Bumblebee should be Cybertronian Bumblebee, I think. So it looks good. The only thing that's bugging me with this robot mode is the backpack. I don't know why. I thought I could get past it when I saw it in pics and up close, but the backpack is really bugging me. I wish there was a way they could have folded everything in, but had they done that, that would have compromised the integrity of the top part of the vehicle mode. It would have been very flimsy and all that, and I think this was the best compromise that Hasbro and Takara Tomy could do with this mold. So yeah, okay. And you can clearly see right here on his feet, he does still retain his Earth mode feet, which is the front part of a VW Beetle. And you know, that was pretty funny when I was a kid watching it. I was like, why does he look exactly the same and transforms into a different vehicle? And I figured, I guess the logic was, I think, that they all looked the same anyway in robot mode, but the vehicle mode was different because of, you know, they would adapt to their world or their environment. So yeah, big eyesore right here on the backpack, but everything else looks spot on. The side kibble on the legs aren't really bugging me as much as the backpack. Arms are great. He comes with a blaster pistol, which is quite different from his Earth mode blaster pistol. Speaking of the Earth mode Bumblebee, here is that Bumblebee. This is when he was on Earth, and I guess this is the Cybertronian blaster. And you can clearly see the similarities of that head sculpt. Let me just zoom in so you guys can appreciate these two figures. Yeah, much thinner head right here. I think I do prefer this head sculpt more. This one he's got some chubby cheeks right here. And just to give a little bit more comparison, this is the core class, or I guess, Legends class Bumblebee. Yeah, you can see where all that inspiration is coming from. Very similar head sculpts, but this one is still my favorite. So Wheeljack. So yeah, he is about 2 millimeters taller, head, horn to toe, from this figure. Just a little bit. I guess he shrunk as he grew older, and he was much taller on Cybertron. I don't know, but you get all those beetle parts right there. I think it's okay. I think they kind of nailed it with this figure, at least in Cybertronian mode. Now, he also comes with 5 Energon Rods. If you remember that episode, they almost lost these rods because the Seekers were like blasting at him and Wheeljack, and they were running for dear life trying to get this to Autobot base, to Iacon City. And so it's a nice touch that they added this, but I think these are really useless. They could have spent the money just re-engineering that backpack cable and some of the cable and give us more and more engineering instead of these useless things. But for the hardcore fans, this is amazing because it's a nice prop, and I'm guessing that if they've given us this Bumblebee, they might do an origin, quote unquote, origin Wheeljack in the Buzzworthy line. I don't know, maybe, just to match it with him. He does also come with a jetpack. Amazingly, I was surprised they did this. And you can pop it on his backpack right there, also in alt mode. It's pretty cool. I think this will work nicely with some other, not with this guy, but with other figures that you might have for the War for Cybertron trilogy. So yeah, that would work too. I was under the impression that this was similar to the Sideswipe backpack that we got from the Weaponizer pack. It's not. It's actually better sculpted, but the plastic kind of feels cheaper. This one is a little bit more firm and hard, but yeah, I thought they were the same. They're not. So transformation is a little tricky. Let's set these off to the side, the weapons. It was not fun, but once you get everything transformed into alt mode, everything tabbed into place, it's a little bit satisfying. So first thing you want to do, you want to fold the fists inward, just like that. It's the easiest part, okay? And then the backpack will unfold this way, fold out this way. You can clearly see that's going to be the top part of the car, or the Cybertronian alt mode. You just fit that and tab that into place. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the video, if they had found a way to fold this, it might not be as sturdy as we wanted it to be, but I'm pretty sure there was a workaround for that. Had they saved they just decided not to do these and just come up with a better way for that, but it's okay. I guess it is what it is, and you know, it's acceptable at this point. So chest piece, the fall beetle roof is going to form like this, fold up this way. It's going to stay like that for the time being. Okay, and then the arms, they are going to tab, bend and fold this way. But before you do that, you might want to rotate that waist piece so you have enough room to fold them in and tab together. Okay, now here's the tricky bit. The feet are actually the most difficult part of the transformation. Go ahead and stretch out those feet, those big clown shoe Ronald McDonald feet. Okay, then untab these panels right here, and then these panels you're gonna fold like this. My copy of the figure, they love to pop off. This is a friction joint right there. So what you want to do is you don't want to fold it this way first. You want to fold that outer joint first, and then fold the inner joint. Okay, and then at this point, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Line up those panels like that. That'll form the side of the car, Cybertronian car. Okay, go ahead and fold. Like I said, there you go. It pops. Didn't follow my own instruction. Just fold this one first, and then fold it up like that, and then just line everything up. I love how they were able to conceal the huge feet into making it part of the vehicle mode. So yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Rotate thighs this way, and then you're going to band that knee joint, and you're supposed to line up these panels, these rear panels here under the crotch piece, if you can, just slide them in, and they should form that rear part of the Cybertronian vehicle. And then all that's left is really to collapse everything, the roof and hood of the vehicle. So just tab them in like that, and then this front part, the grille, or the, I guess, the bonnet, front part of the vehicle, and there you go. There is Bumblebee as a UFO-ish type of Cybertronian car. Kind of reminds me of Total Recall. If you remember that movie, no, not the latest Total Recall, the 90s Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It kind of reminds me of that, like a taxi, it's like a Cybertronian taxi cab. And then the backpack goes, I guess, right here as boosters, extra boosters. And then the gun can fit on either side of the vehicle wings. Or maybe they can fit right here. Yeah, I suppose, but then you wouldn't be able to lay him flat, so. Okay, we can just mount right here. He kind of looks funny with him with the accessories, so we're not going to do that. Okay, and then the rods have really no way of getting, that's why he has Wheeljack. Wheeljack is supposed to be carrying those rods, so. Some final thoughts on the new Origin Bumblebee. It's a good figure. I think this is as good as it gets. We needed a Cybertronian G1 styled Bumblebee. This is as good as it gets, folks. I think Hasbro and Takara did a wonderful job with this figure. It's a great effort. I just wish they could have done a little bit more with the engineering so that they could hide the saucer or the car bits, as it were, in robot mode. But yeah, definitely a very strong effort. I'm going to give the figure a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great figure. Is it necessary for any Generations collection? Probably not. I would probably be more inclined to recommend this Bumble Jumper figure than this figure if you're really a G1 fan who's collecting all these modern versions of the G1 characters. But then again, having said that, they're almost priced the same right now if you're trying to get them online or in hobby shops. So if you're a Bumblebee fan, get them both, or get this guy, and maybe you're probably going to need to get him as well. And they're all very expensive, which is crazy. Bumblebee figures should be the most easily accessible figures in any line because he's one of the most popular one next to Optimus Prime. But the sad reality is all three figures are incredibly difficult to find, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Do not pay scalper prices for it. I think the most you should pay for this one is the Voyager price point, which is about $38, $37. So yeah, don't pay more than that just to get this figure. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this new Origin Bumblebee Deluxe class figure from the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.